Ayo, thank you for joining me today on Pop Culture Unplugged.
Yeah, thanks for having me, man.
How's your life been the last few days now that Bet has premiered on Netflix?
You know what, man? It's been great. It's been great. It's been receiving a lot of love. I see that it's even charting in different
Yeah.
places in the world, and yeah, man, it's great.
What did I see yesterday? Eight, seven? I forgot what it was. Nine? What was it?
Yeah, I
It
mean,
was it
all
was
over it's
definitely the
different.
top 10. Yeah.
Top 10, yeah, in US and Canada. It's I saw it was number one in Philippines and
Wow.
all over. It's many different numbers, but yeah, it's great.
That's awesome. Well, what was your first reaction when you read the role for Ryan and the world that he lives in?
I mean, so when we had the auditions, it was of course in like different name, different
Yeah, I did
character
hear
names, so
that.
we didn't really know what we were auditioning for. At least I didn't. Some people did. Um yeah, so I auditioned for a guy called Harry, but still along the same lines of who Ryan is, the same description and
Yeah.
yeah, so when I read this, I was like, you know what? I've I've experienced this before,
Mm.
and I approached it in a way where, I applied how I felt about situations, to this character and tried to bring it as home as possible, and yeah, and try to be someone that could be, resonated with.
Mm. So when you booked the role, what kind of research you put in? Does your character exist in the what is it? How do you pronounce that? Kakegurui
I will be the
manga.
worst person to ask, but
Everybody says that.
if
I
I
still can't pronounce it.
if I can try, it will be Kakegurui.
Kakegurui,
As
yeah.
best as I could do. But yeah, the manga. So my character is inspired by Ryota in the
Okay.
manga. So of course, like reading the manga and even though it's not based on the anime, but I watched all two seasons of the anime and there are those little like wiki fandoms online and
Yeah.
just doing more like research into who Ryota was, even though my character isn't like the same as Ryota, there are still some elements that I can definitely, or that I did definitely pay homage to and develop.
Mm. Plus, you want to do good with this character because there's diehard fans out there that like
Right,
this. So
right.
you want to
No,
make
de
sure you get it
definitely,
right on the dot.
definitely. Kakegurui is it's a definitely a big fandom and yeah, it's very beloved by a lot of people.
Mm. What's been the fan reaction so far with your character? Have you heard anything?
Yeah, I've been seeing some stuff online. It's like I'm happy people are liking it.
Okay.
The approach that the most that I've been receiving is that it's it's more than what Ryota was, and
Mm.
people liked Ryota in the original, like in the manga and even in the anime, but they always felt like he was just, among the sidelines and he didn't really add too much to the story or to Yumeko, but
Mm.
it was great seeing people, resonate with this character and
Yeah.
I've even gotten DMs saying that they see themselves in Ryan and
Okay.
all sorts and it's just great.
Mm. I like how, like when we first jump into the series, Ryan starts off with, seems pretty loyal to the system. But as we see, we can talk spoilers on this, doesn't last that
Okay.
long,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
so when you read this or when you were filming this, like what went through your mind? Did you get excited that you're kind of playing a character like this?
Yeah, man, I was so excited. I was like, it's so fun to play with, because it's such a real character, and that's one
Yeah.
one of the things I feel like people is sticking with people because he's so grounded, he's so real, amongst the school of madness happening,
Yeah.
people find something to draw them back to reality and to give them that life check and you know I'd feel like he's really like heart of the show in a sense, no pun intended with Heart House, but like he has that human to him,
Mm. Was it fun switching sides, especially like helming Yumeko at the end and switching
Right.
sides?
Definitely. It was you know how Ryan he definitely didn't want to get into any kind of altercation or any kind of
Yeah.
beef drama, whatever you want to call it. But then at the end, he was that switch really flipped and he was like ride or die for Yumiko. And yeah, no, it was definitely fun playing both sides of that coin.
Mm. Like throughout the season too, he comes off what I've noticed about Ryan too. He's like he's by the book,
Mm,
and then all of a sudden, he's cracking a little bit here, a little bit there, right?
right, right. And one thing that about that is that it's always in him, right? Like
Mm.
but it's just yet to be brought out, you know. So it's like slowly you can see that, you know, something is boiling up, and then at that last episode, you know, where he's riled up after that whole chase with the staff, you know, something switches and he's just in go mode.
Another one of my favorite parts with Ryan was the confrontation with Michael, played by
Mm,
Hunter, where I told you I spoke to him
right,
before. Tell us a little bit about that, like because you're both on the same side, but then there's
right.
tension between you two now.
Right, right. Yeah, no, yeah. Michael, played by the amazing Hunter Cardinal, it was and I think the scene you're talking about was in the when I pinned him,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
that one where I was like really like yeah, it was in that moment what I feel like Ryan was looking at. Of course, he didn't hear the conversation that him and Yumeko were having,
yeah.
right? He came immediately. He just saw that someone is getting in the way of Yumeko, right? So then, despite who it is, despite for what reason, he was like, no, he's not letting that happen because he's experienced everything she's been talking about and more. So he was just fully on. He was locked in and ready to defend her to the end.
The show tackles a lot of themes like power, rebellion, control.
Right.
What's been like your favorite theme filming this? Is there a specific scene like I want to say scenes too, but like also the themes also of the series?
Yeah, no, it talks about a lot. It talks about a lot. I'd say, you know, of course, revenge and
Yes.
on
Yeah.
Yumeko's side and you know, is revenge right? Should we are we supposed to, you know, seek revenge? And you know,
Mm,
and I think of course, you know, with my character, it's you know, he doesn't believe in revenge. At least
yeah.
initially he didn't, right? So he was trying to ground Yumiko in that way, you know, and that's yeah, definitely that's a theme that speaks to me because but you see that change, you know, throughout the season, and yeah, I'm excited to see where that goes.
Mm. What was your favorite like episode or scene that you filmed in the first season?
Oh man, I mean there are a lot, but I'd say one of the most fun scene, of course, the dancing. You know, the dancing was
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm not a dancer. I've got like two left feet. But like going into this, I was like, they asked me, it was like, do you dance? I'm like, not really, but like, you know, I'm Nigerian culture. We know how to like, you know, do a little two step or whatever, you know. So they're like, okay, cool, you're gonna do this. I'm like, oh, okay, okay, yeah, I'll do it. And yeah, so I think for like a month, you know, we had lessons to do the what is love dance, and yeah, no, that was super fun shooting that. There were also, you know, shooting stuff with Meek, who's always great.
Mm.
You know, season episode 4, when I was turning Yumiko down, was one of my favorite scenes to shoot with her,
Yeah.
and yeah, it's always great.
You mentioned the dancing. How are your skills with the Dance Dance Revolution? Hunter said he was horrible at it.
Dance Dance
What's
Revolution. Let's just say, thank God I didn't play. It was not me.
right?
Yeah, no, I would no, I probably do worse than Yumiko.
Have you ever tried it? I've tried it. I can't do it.
I've tried it. I have not been successful at it.
There you go. Uh, Ryan and Yumiko, they have that interesting energy. You guys respect each other. Like, how did you guys build that dynamic in the season?
To be honest, it was really easy coming into it because I mean with this we didn't do a chemistry read, right? So
Yeah.
Simon had a lot of trust in everyone, you know, coming in, and um you could tell that everybody had, you know, such different personalities, but I feel like that's what made it great. You know, everybody just worked so well together, you know, coming from different perspectives, everyone had different ideas. We were very collaborative, and with Miku, you know, coming in, she's, you know, she's experienced, and she's a great actress, and yeah, it was just really easy to work with her.
Mm. If we get a season two,
Mhm.
What do you want to explore more with Ryan? What do you want to see? Redemption, leadership, a backstory? What do you want to what would you like to see?
Definitely want to dive deeper into his whole, killing of your father mystery and
Okay.
what makes him tick,
Mm,
and all the subtextual stuff about Ryan and the layers, just finding out who he is, definitely.
mm. If would you be friends with Ryan? Would Ayo be friends with Ryan if he was
Would
real?
I be friends with Ryan? Of course, of course. I don't even need to think about that. I believe he's a sincere guy. He's sweet, but most of all, he's loyal.
Mm,
Who wouldn't want someone as loyal as Ryan? It's you need that kind of guy in your life.
mm. We talk about how the series has gambling in it too. What would you think Ryan's game would be if you could pick?
Oh, Ryan, if he could play, that's the
Right.
question. Um, I'd definitely say it would be something like chess. I
Mm,
really think Ryan's like he's a boring, like simple guy, like he doesn't I think he avoids like conflict so much that he wouldn't like something like blackjack would just stress him out.
mm.
It's not for him. Like something simple, where he can like use a lot of tactics, brain, and it's calm. Chess is a good
Yeah.
option.
Who would you want to face if
Who
you
would I
could
want
pick
to face?
any of the characters out
Oh,
there?
I
Who knows?
really
We might
feel
see
like,
something like that if we see a season two. You never know.
you know what? I gotta face Mary.
Mm,
He has to face Mary. He has to get his leg back on Mary. Like he really does. He
mm.
can't go out like that.
Is there somebody you want to have more scenes with next season if we see a season
Mm,
two?
definitely Hunter. Yeah, definitely
Okay. What a nice
definitely
guy,
Michael.
Hunter. What a nice
I
guy.
know. Ah man, I definitely wanna, dive deeper into, the guys on this show and um I also Mary too, because um I really loved the dynamic we had and the whole banter between me and Mary and
Yeah,
so diving a bit deeper into that relationship and see more of that would always be great.
it's awesome. What's next for you now? Are you taking a break? Any other projects coming up? What's going on with you?
Man, life is an acting, man, just auditions and auditions and yeah, right now you know I'm working on my own thing. It's yet to be. I've already filmed this. Yet to be released. It's called The Island.
Okay.
It's a short film. So I'm definitely into filmmaking, directing, and producing your own content. Is That's always like dear to my heart.
Has there been any talks about season two yet for Bed? Have you heard anything, or is just right now it's low key and
Not yet, not yet. I mean, it looks like it's doing really well right now. And like I said, it's on top 10 US and Canada and all over the world. So
yeah,
who knows? We shall
who
see.
knows?
Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
Let's knock on wood.
There you go. Hey, I want to thank you for giving me a few minutes today. We got to get you back on because
Yeah, of
like
course.
we got to see another season. I think we
Oh, we have
deserve
to.
at least another season.
You said it, not me.
So hopefully we'll see you soon, my friend.
Oh man, I hope.
All right.